Hi YouTube, it's me, the Shy Pianist, or you may know me as Donald of Zephyr War Games, bringing you a video to cover the newly announced Dragonmaids. Now, obviously, if you're a fan of the Miss Kobayashi's Dragonmaid, you will have the absolute pleasure to see that this is an archetype that we are going to get. So, without further ado, let's cover the cards that are released in the set deck build pack Mystic Fighters, or for us it would just be called Mystic Fighters. And from what I can gather, we are given 13 cards for the Dragonmaids. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So first and foremost, we have Dragonmaid Nursery. So from the guide for credits to Wikipedia, the monsters themselves have a sort of pun-based name in relation to what they do, and as you can see, we've got Husky for housekeeping, laundry for laundry, or laundry for laundry, Nursery for nursery, and Parlor for parlor, and Stillroom for stillroom, as well as the dragon forms are basically German names associated with the attributes of their type. So yeah, we have Dragonmaid Nursery. So her effect is, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one level 4 or lower Dragonmaid monster in your graveyard, except herself, special summon it. At the start of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand, and if you do, special summon one level 7 Dragonmaid monster from your hand or graveyard. You're going to use each effect of Dragonmaid Nursery once per turn. So while I'm able to gather that the lower level Dragonmaids are able to, at the start of the battle phase, can return themselves to the hand to then special summon their respective Dragonmaid monster or anyone that's in their pair, effectively. And so Dragonmaid Nursery is the level 2 Earth, 500 attack and 16 defense. Next we have her form, dragon form, Dragonmaid Erde. I believe that's how you pronounce it. So the Dragonmaid, so she's level 7, 2600 attack, 1600 defense, and her effect reads as follows: cannot be destroyed by card effects where you control a fusion monster. You're gonna use the following effects of Dragonmaid from once per turn. So first one is quick effect. You can discard this card as cost. Special summon one level 4 or lower Dragonmaid monster from your hand. And the second effect is, at the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand, and if you do, special summon one level 2 Dragonmaid monster from your hand. Now, what I'm also, from what I've seen, all the dragon forms, Dragonmaid monsters, they can't be destroyed by card effects while you control a fusion monster, so I believe this will be the same for all the others. And once again, at the end of the battle phase, you can return it to hand and then basically special summon the respective or the pair in which they're at the same level. So level 7 Dragonmaid Erd. The fact that you can just special summon one level 4 monster from your hand basically allows you to just combo off if this is in your hand and you've got the other level pairs, and basically you just extend, or either extend your play or just keep going, or flood the board effectively. So next we have Dragonmaid Laundry. So this is the other level 2 water attribute, also 500 attack and 1600 defense. And her effect reads as follows: if this card is normal or special summoned, you can send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So instant, just on summon, mill top 3. Yep. Second effect is as the other one. At start of battle phase, return this card to hand. If you do, special summon one level 7 Dragonmaid monster from your hand or graveyard. You can only use this effect of Dragonmaid Laundry once per turn. So just like Nasari, it basically summons out level 7 Dragonmaid monster. And then her dragon form counterpart, Dragonmaid Plus, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Also, once again, 2600 attack and 1600 defense, also level 7, and her effects read as follows: same as I mentioned before, can't be destroyed by card effects where you control a fusion monster. You're going to use each of the following effects of Dragonmaid Plus once per turn. And so first one is you can discard this card and target one monster in either graveyard as cost, shuffle into the deck. And the second effect is the same. At the end of the battle phase, return this card to hand. If you do, special summon one level 2 Dragonmaid monster from your hand. So what is quite nice and interesting is that the discard and to target a monster in either player's graveyard to shuffle into deck. Now this is probably, if it was a quick effect, it would be really nice to do so, to have it a quick effect and interrupt your opponent, but we may see some use for this maybe in a later game or later in another meta. But yeah, it's not a bad effect in a way, just if the opponent needs to rely on the grave. Alright, so we have our next Dragonmaid Tilru. So she's the other pairs of level 3 monsters. And they also she also has a 500 attack, but the defense is 1,700 rather than 1,600. And her effect reads as follows: if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Dragonmaid monster from your deck to your hand, except herself. Then you can send one Dragonmaid monster from your hand to the graveyard. And then the second effect, at the start of battle phase, you can return this card to hand. If you do, special summon one level 8 Dragonmaid monster from your hand or graveyard. You can only use each effect of Dragonmaid Tilru once per turn. Now, from what I've researched and know so far, Dragonmaid Tilru is probably the best, the lower 4 levels. It basically is essentially allowing you to just add and send to graveyard for whatever, just a 3+ in a way, and then you can just bounce herself to basically special summon the level 8 Dragonmaid, one of the 2 Dragonmaid monsters that you just added with her effect, and then sent to the graveyard. Because the fact that you can special summon from your graveyard as well means that it doesn't matter what you add effectively, but so long as you just, if effectively she just replaces herself. If you're like dead cards and other dead cards in hand, so she's probably like the better of the level 4 lower monsters in the series. So her dragon form counterpart, Dragonmaid Flame or Flame. So she's the level 8, 2,700 attack and 1,700 defense. And her effect reads as follows: once again, can't be destroyed by card effects while you control a fusion monster, and you can use each effect of Dragonmaid Flame once per turn. Quick effect: you can discard this card and target one Dragonmaid monster you control. This costs. It gains 2,000 attack until the end of this turn. And the second effect: at the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to the hand, and if you do, special summon one level 3 Dragonmaid monster from your hand. So the fan has a nice quick effect, and just buffed by 2k is pretty nice. The fusion, the highest beat stick in this deck series is base attack of 3,000 attack, so be able to just buff that out into 5k is quite nice. Or just generally buffing up your other dragon form Dragonmaids, and basically giving them base 4/6 or 4/7 attack is pretty nice and pretty neat. And then obviously you just bounce special summon one of the level 3 pairs from the set. The other level 3, we have Dragonmaid Parlor, or I probably will dub as Toru, because she's probably the closest one we'll ever get to Toru. And so she's the wind Dragonmaid, and once again, just like Dragonmaid Tilru, 500 attack and 1,700 defense, and her effect reads as follows: if this card is normal or special summoned, you can send one Dragonmaid card from your deck to the graveyard, except herself. Second effect: at the start of your battle phase, you can return this card to your hand, and if you do, special summon one level 8 Dragonmaid monster from your hand or graveyard. You can use the effect once per of Dragonmaid Parlor once per turn. So the fact that she is basically a Foolish Burial or a Foolish Burial Goods is very good indeed. And in a way, obviously you see how this deck works, just sending things to the grave and then you just bounce them back to hand and special summon. And I believe the fusion spell gains an additional bonus effect if it's in your grave, but more onto that later. And next we have her form, a Dragonmaid Loof. With her effects, kind of sure by card effects while you control a fusion monster. So you can see, you know, all of the dragon forms have this effect, and her attack and defense are the same as Dragonmaid Flame, and also being the level 8. So you can use the following effects of Dragonmaid Loof once per turn. So first one, you can discard this card and target one face-up monster on the field. That target's effects that activate on the field cannot be activated this turn. And the second effect is, at the end of the battle phase, you can return this card to hand. If you do, special summon one level 3 Dragonmaid monster from your hand. The fact that you can discard this and bait out your force a negate, or you basically cause your opponent a decision of not keeping their monster on the field, not having to use their negate, and like, you can just stop so many on-board negators effectively with this card. So it's very good. Would probably suggest that all the Dragonmaid main deck monsters should be probably played at 3, considering that even if they're in your hand, well, especially for the higher level monsters, they're not really bricks, and the level 4 lowers, you know, just having them in your hand or multiple copies of them is not too bad on that sense. So those are the main monsters, main deck monsters for the set. And next we have Diffusion Monster, Dragonmaid Husky. So level 9, light, 3000 attack, 2000 defense, and her materials reads as 1 Dragonmaid monster and 1 Dragon type monster. Her effect is once per turn during the standby phase. So not necessarily your standby phase, you can use it in your opponent's standby phase. You can target one other Dragonmaid monster you control, special summon in defense position, 1 Dragonmaid monster from your hand or graveyard whose level is 1 higher or lower than that monster. If another face-up Dragonmaid monster or monsters you control returns to the hand, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. First things first, yeah, I feel like Super Poly is probably going to be a card that to be played in this deck, considering that we do have Guard Dragons as a thing, and some, or if not most decks, if you're playing the Guard Dragon plays and they end with the Archfiend Abyss, just summon one of your Dragonmaid monsters and just Super Poly out, go into this. Enough said on that. Yeah, it's a very nice. So this is what you effectively want to try and turbo out, so that your the dragon forms can't be destroyed by card effects. But you know, I think that it's a nice sort of, in a way, boss monster for the deck. Just would like to see if there's anything we can do to support this further. So, onto the spells. We've got 3 spells and 1 trap. So, we've got one, the Dragonmaid Changing. So, this is the fusion spell, and the effect is fusion summon 1 dragon fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 Dragonmaid monster you control. Add this card to your hand, and if you do, return that monster to your hand. You can only use this effect of Dragonmaid Changing once per turn. First thing to note, which I just noticed actually, you can use it to fusion any dragon fusion monster. It doesn't have to be a Dragonmaid monster. And the fact that you can basically run a small engine or Dragonmaid Parlor and this in any deck that, you know, would summon our dragon fusion monster, it's pretty nuts. The fact also that you can still use its effect in graveyard the same turn you send it. So yeah, that's probably, if we do get a fusion based art type that really heavily relies on the fusion summon, this could be a small engine to play. So yeah, it's a very nice fusion spell. So yeah, next to the spell, on to the next spell. Dragonmaid Hospitality. So yeah, as a normal spell, just like the fusion spell. Effect is special summon 1 Dragonmaid monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Then you can send 1 Dragonmaid monster from your deck to the graveyard with the same attribute but with a different level. You can only activate 1 Dragonmaid Hospitality per turn. So starting straight off, I believe the best use would be to special summon the lower levels, and then obviously you then send the counterpart to the graveyard, and then start a battle phase, bounce it back to hand, and summon the one you've just sent to the graveyard. So just a nice card to help flood the board away, and then just go off attacking in the battle phase. Very nice, very good. Next we have a continuous spell, Dragonmaid Reception. Effect is monsters you control gain 100 attack and defense for each Dragonmaid monster you control. If you control 2 or more Dragonmaid monsters, you can target one Dragonmaid card in your graveyard, except itself, Dragonmaid Reception, and you add it to your hand. You're going to use this effect of Dragonmaid Reception once per turn. And the third effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard, this turn your opponent cannot target Dragonmaid monsters you control with card effects. Now, the recursion is very good. The fact that I see that you want to normal summon, special summon, play this, target on like you can go and add with a spell, or you send a trap, and add it to hand and use it this turn. And yeah, it's very nice. It helps the archetype in a way, and yeah, just giving that extra boost is just makes them at least in a way 3k beat sticks. If you obviously for the higher levels, is quite nice to have if you obviously put spell at the board, which is I believe is what it tends to do. So yeah, it's very nice to continue the spell. And last but not least, we have Dragonmaid Relaxation, the continuous trap, and its effect reads as follows. You can target one Dragonmaid monster you control, then activate one of these effects. The first one is return it to your hand, and if you do, add one Dragonmaid card from your deck to your hand, except Dragonmaid Relaxation. Or the second one is return it to hand, and if you do, return one spell trap card, or one spell trap your opponent controls to the hand, and can only use this effect of Dragonmaid Relaxation once per turn. So the fact that it's your searcher for the deck. Now, I mean, admittedly, if we want searches, we want no spells, but it's a continuous trap, so using it in your opponent's turns, bounce one of your Dragonmaid monsters back to hand and then add something, or just a non-target bounce spell trap back to hand is quite nice in a way. So that is it for the Dragonmaid cards that we're have been released or effectively been showcased for the set. Also, once again, credits to Wikipedia for this source of information. Though you probably have their own sources from the citation or whatever on the below of the pages. But yes, what first thoughts? I'm going to be building this archetype. I'm a huge fan of anime related series, and that this is a Miss Kobayashi, or I'm gonna call it as Miss Konami's Dragonmaid series for this set. I've already printed proxies out. I'm gonna be testing the deck against real life decks in the near future. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and as always guys, GG, yeah, happy Dolan.